Hi, my name is Arez Aziz, and I'll be introducing our EECS 497 final project, and POOPS. We completed this project in collaboration with Annie Shu, myself Arez Aziz, Ben Jin, and Ben Stenson. Moving forward, what is MPOOPS? MPOOPS is an application developed to allow users to quickly identify, locate, and navigate to nearby restrooms on campus, which align with their desired criteria. In order to identify the reason for creating this application, we identified different target groups and then looked at what themes combine them. So our first group was students seeking gender-inclusive bathrooms, private bathrooms, or bathrooms with specific utilities. This can include menstrual products or urinals, for example. Second is students suffering from health conditions, which would render bathroom usage frequent. And finally, students in a hurry on campus searching for quick and available restrooms. And through identifying these different target groups and the common themes and commonalities between them, we were able to create a primary persona. So what is our primary persona? Their name, N, unidentified as a name. Their job title, a University of Michigan student. Their age, 18 to 24 generally. And their highest level of education is just some college with no specific degree. Their goals or objectives are to get on class on time for their lectures, maintain a stress-free lifestyle within their busy school day, and know where they're going so they don't really feel lost at school. But their biggest challenges are they feel frustrated when they don't know how to access the facilities on the University of Michigan campus that they want to in a timely manner. For example, they don't know where the cafeterias or restrooms are. And second, N's mind feels more cluttered when they have to worry about miscellaneous things outside of schoolwork. This, for example, in the scope of MPOOPS could be, where is the nearby bathroom? How can I get to this bathroom? And will I make it to class on time? Their interests also include intuitive and easy-to-use applications, so applications without a steep learning curve, and then student inclusivity and facility accessibility for SSD. Additional information is N likes convenience as well as being oriented with where they are. And you'll see this taken into consideration when we get into our specific scenarios. So one scenario is utilizing the built-in map. So let's say that I'm a student of the University of Michigan, a freshman, in between classes heading from the DO to the BBB, and stressed about being able to locate and use the restroom while still making it to class on time. How would I interact with the MPOOPS application? Well, let's see. As a freshman on the University of Michigan campus, I'm not entirely familiar with the layout of everything. Maybe I'm in the Duderstat and I don't know where the BBB is, or I don't know what bathrooms are available in the building that I'm in. Furthermore, as we identified in our primary persona report, I get really stressed out about being able to make it to class on time. And so knowing that I do have to get to class, but I also really need to use the restroom, I want to figure out what bathrooms are there either in my building or in the BBB, as well as where they are and do they match my specific criteria. So for this instance, I would first go and set my preferences. So let's say that I'm comfortable using women's bathrooms and just women's bathrooms only. I get rid of the men's and gender inclusive filters, go back, and then view the map. As we can see, I just left the Duderstat and I'm standing right here. There are bathrooms that fit my specific search criteria behind me within the building that I just left, but since I'm on my way to the BBB and I've already left the building, I don't want to turn backwards. As I said before, I'm in a rush and I'm in between classes. So I'm going to go ahead and look and see if there's any bathrooms in the BBB that fit my specific criteria. So I'll scroll up, and there we go. It looks like there's 2 bathrooms in the bottom Betty Beister building that fit my specific criteria. Within seconds, utilizing the MPOOPS application, I've been able to look at a map of the restrooms around me, as well as see, in the building that I want to go to, are there any restrooms that fit my specific criteria? This way, I can get to class on time while also using the bathroom and maintaining a stress-free lifestyle. Our next variation of our primary persona is when we're searching for a restroom. So let's say in this instance, I'm a student at the University of Michigan, I identify as non-binary, and I'm looking for a gender-neutral bathroom. And I'm hoping to see what buildings have bathrooms which fit the desired criteria that I've put in. As described in the scenario, I'm going to be looking for a gender-inclusive bathroom. So the first thing that I want to do is click on my preferences and adjust those. So I'll hit that, and then I'll adjust my max search distance to, let's say, around 0.2 miles, because I'm going to be looking for something near me. And then, since I'm going to be looking for only gender-inclusive bathrooms, I'll get rid of the men's and women's bathrooms. Now that I've modified my preferences, I'll go back, and then click Find Me a Bathroom. Here I can see a list of all the buildings and bathrooms nearby that fit my specific search criteria. They're within 0.2 miles. I can also see the distance of how far away I am from them, as well as what building they're in. But let's take it a step further. Let's say I want to look specifically at the Duderstat. What bathrooms within the Duderstat fit my specific criteria, and which one's the closest, or how many are there? I can go ahead and look at the search bar, type in dude, and there we go. We have a list of all the bathrooms in the duder set that fit my specific search criteria. If I want to be able to specifically locate one, I'll go ahead and click the nearest one to me. And here I can see a map of where I am, where the bathroom is, what bathroom tags it has, gender inclusive, which fits exactly what I wanted, as well as there's menstrual products available, and it's clean and private, as well as a location description, that it's inside the dude, right by the northeast entrance or the door on the left. This tells me exactly where to go, as well as shows me, through the search functionality, what buildings there are that have bathrooms that fit my specific search criteria, how many bathrooms there are, how far away they are, etc., etc. Therefore, I can gather all the information of all the bathrooms and all the buildings nearby that contain bathrooms that fit my specific search criteria, all within a matter of seconds through utilizing the POOPS app. Our final scenario is going to be submitting a review. So let's say I'm the same primary persona that we identified earlier. I'm a student at the University of Michigan, and I've recently used POOPS to locate a restroom. But let's say that the restroom that I used was in poor condition, or the criteria of the data on the POOPS application did not align with what the bathroom had in real life. And I want to submit this feedback to resolve this issue for potential users, as well as just notify the devs. Let's see how I go about doing that. So picking up from our previous scenario, let's say that I located this bathroom near me, but it didn't exactly have everything that the POOPS application said that it would. Let's say that specifically menstrual products weren't available, or maybe it was in poor condition. Once I hit all done, I can go ahead and rate the bathroom that I visited. So in this specific instance, I'd like to give a slightly lower review, let's say a 2 or 3 out of 5, and then write a review. So I can let the devs know exactly what was wrong with the restroom, what issues I faced, and what was missing. So I can say the bathroom was in poor condition, and additionally, there were no menstrual products available. I can go ahead and submit my review, and it brings me back to the homepage. Thus, I can submit this feedback to resolve this issue for any potential future users, as well as give a heads up to the dev team, letting them know that their specific criteria was not included in this bathroom.
In terms of high-level technical details, we chose to use React. We chose React because of its high flexibility in web applications as well as mobile applications. It also allows us to modularize our application and reuse components. We created several components for this app, including a reviews component, a rating sliders component that fit inside the reviews, an interactive map component, and different bathroom cards. We connected our React app to our backend, which consisted of a Firebase Cloud Firestore storage. We chose Firestore for its easy and intuitive user interface. It also allows us to do easy asynchronous querying inside collections in which we have stored our data. We made 3 main collections: buildings, which keeps track of the different buildings on campus, bathrooms, which keep track of the different bathrooms on campus, and reviews, which keeps track of the different reviews inside different bathrooms. Inside our app, we also have 4 main pages: the main page that the user is welcomed with when they open the app, a map page to interactively scroll and pan, a sorting page where the user can filter bathroom selections, and a review page for when a user clicks on a review. We also use the Google Maps API to add locations to the map, find locations on the map, and scroll and pan. And lastly, we built several callback functions in JavaScript to handle user interactions such as filtering and button clicking.
Hi, I'm Ben, and I'm going to be introducing the challenges that we faced during our EECS 497 project. So, and then I would start from challenges working from the beginning of the semester and then working down to the end of the semester, and to be kind of chronologically, and then the 2 at the end are going to be general challenges that we faced overall. So I think one of the first challenges we encountered at the beginning of the semester was, getting schedules aligned. The 4 of us hadn't worked in a team project before, so we didn't really know our schedules, and we didn't know how flexible we should be. So then, after a few weeks of working together, we kind of figured that out. But in the beginning, it was a little bit just different, getting used to, like team dynamics and how people like to work and learning that kind of stuff. Was just new. The next is research about the tech stack. So for us, we did Python and then React and then Swift. But for the backend, we still had to do the like a database. So then we had to do a bunch of research about what databases actually work and what the specifications that we need. So we need to be like free, we need to be fast, store pretty large information. So once we found that, we found Firebase, and that it worked out really well for us. But doing a little bit of research about that was a little difficult. Also, this kind of ties into my next point, but we kind of did our wireframing with Figma, and we wanted our app to look like that, but we weren't sure entirely how to do that. So we had to do a bunch of research about CSS, and we had to get really familiar with it in order to get our front end to look like our wireframe, because we thought the wireframe was really elegant, pretty simple, but still gave the users a lot of functionality that they needed. So getting familiar with CSS and then getting right to Swift particularly were two really big challenges. And then these last two are kind of they're the challenges that we kind of faced at the entirety of the semester. So the four of us, sometimes we weren't entirely sure, if our code actually helped the persona or we just thought it helped the persona. Um, so we did our user interviews at the beginning, and then we made this persona where we kind of combined all the interests and kind of needs that they needed, but and we refer to it throughout the entirety of our process. But sometimes there still be that little lingering thing where they say, how useful is this really going to be, like if I just make this and no one uses it, what's the whole point? But then we did some user interviews at the end, and then we saw that people actually did really like this product, and they thought it would actually be really useful. So I think that helped put a lot of those thoughts at ease, and really solidify the fact that like our program actually does help some people. And then another thing was sometimes the specs were a little unclear for the assignments. So sometimes we weren't entirely sure, if we had enough or if we needed more, or if we had too much sometimes. And that was kind of challenging because I feel like sometimes the specs were a little bit vague. But I think overall we worked through these challenges really well, and I'm really proud of the work that we did between the four of us.